Hi, how are you? How's your Monday been? How's your Tuesday so far, or whatever day of the week you are in while you watch this? I'm Leanne Christine. I'm a conscious creator coach, and I'm coming to you in the series of recordings that talk about being a powerful creator. Something that I really wanted to talk to you today about was, or is, the concept of being the predominant creative force in your life. So today we're going to talk about the 3 quick steps to jump back into being the predominant creative force in your life, because we can fall out of that beautiful, you can call it a structure, a beautiful creative structure, or position, or energy, or flow, whatever you want to call it. I love this talk because, well, it's not a talk yet, but I love this topic. That's what I meant to say. Because when I was first asked that question, what does it feel like to be the predominant creative force in your life? And what does that look like? And I really had to sit back and think about that. I didn't know. The answers didn't just come to me really quickly. I didn't know. And it's kind of interesting that if you don't know that question, the answer to that question, it's most likely you aren't in that, you aren't actively, intentionally being the predominant creative force in your life. And so I just want to pose that question for you, to ask that question, just like I did, because it's an incredibly powerful question to ask of yourself, and to get a sense of where you are within that question. And once you get a sense of it and you're intentionally positioning yourself to be that predominant creative force in your life, then magic happens, right? Yeah, you know that. You can feel it. You can feel it. It's an energetic knowing as well. Just being in the position of maybe hearing this for the first time, just the term, just that phrase, or, I am the predominant creative force in my life. You're in a position now where the doors are open. It's unlimited to what this means. And obviously in the last videos where I've talked about with you, being in a creative structure, being in flow, what are those steps? What do they look like? Creating tension, the tension that exists, the energetic pull of where you are now and where you want to be, and you flowing towards that. That's creating the tension of those two things meeting and you becoming your desired reality. Being the predominant creative force means you're actively participating in that energy of being in the end result. You may not be in the end result right now, but you can experience that end result right now by visualization, meditation. You can feel it. Your body doesn't know the difference, whether it's actually happening or you're visualizing it happening. But it becomes reality when we play in that energy and be and become intentionally the predominant creative force in our life. And so I guess one of the easiest ways for me to really access whether or not I was being that predominant creative force, was to know where I wasn't being that force. So you might be able to really connect to those right away. What are some of those for you? Some of the really obvious ones, not meeting your needs. Your needs aren't getting met. You're not intentionally ensuring that happens. And perhaps it's because you're putting the needs of others ahead of your own. So that's one example. Another one, not asking for what you need. So not reaching out, not asking. This is a really simple example, but I do this all the time. Let's say a menu in a restaurant carries a certain type of ingredients. One of those ingredients you're allergic to or sensitive to. And so instead of asking for that item to be removed, you might be thinking, well, I don't want to, cause or be an inconvenience or whatever the story is. And you just don't ask. You just receive the food with that and you just kind of pick it out or whatever. But ultimately, the need that you have would have been to have that served to you without that ingredient. So that's just a really simple example. And there's so many more. Another way that we give our power away is believing or accepting what someone else thinks or believes. And we carry that as our own without having our own knowing. Theirs supersedes ours. So that's another way that we give our power away. So we do that, we accept what they believe, receive that as it, and how we feel. We first don't touch into how we feel and experience our reality. We are taking someone else's definition of that as our own. Giving up on a dream because someone else thinks it's not possible. Or someone else thinks it's just not the right time for you. It's their opinion. So that's a big one. Let me know if you feel the same energetic suck. Like as soon as I said that one, that touched into a lot of energies in the world that are feeling the same way, that they're putting their dreams on hold. They're putting what they love the most aside so they can prioritize something else, or something else that somebody else wants you to do first, or not to follow your dream at all. That's just an example. Not making choices because just for the sheer love of it, but instead you make a choice because you feel obligated or you feel guilty. Just feel so guilty. You just have to do it. If I just do this, then the guilt will go away, the discomfort will go away. Or if I just do this, they'll leave me alone or whatever, it's kind of like that. You're not choosing to do something for yourself because you love it. And that's another thing. You don't have to defend what you choose to anyone. Nobody, nada, nobody. So if you're still in that, which I catch myself all the time, defending my choices. They're undefendable. They really are. Because there's only one answer to why you chose it. It's because you love it. I freaking love it. Why are you doing that? Because I love it. Why do you want to do that? Because I love it. Isn't it great just to be able to answer that way? And you don't need any more answers. You can just sit back and just be in the energy of that answer, whether they like it or not. Isn't it gorgeous? Makes me so excited. Takes the effort out of it, the push. It's just, you love it. That's the only answer. That's all that there is. Worrying about what anyone else thinks about us, that's another way that we give our power away. We are not the predominant creative force in our life, is when we give our power away, worrying about what anyone thinks about us. And that's okay. Think what they want. Fearing failure, that's another one. And these are just examples. These are really common examples. Common, may not always be recognized right away, but very common, very, very, very common. Yeah, fearing failure. And I think that's a dynamic one, because we think, well, I can't just stop fearing. Of course not. No one's asking you to do that, right? No, we don't need that. That's not part of it. But what's part of it is the fear of failure stopping you in your tracks completely? So you're not taking action on what you love whatsoever. You're not at all. No, it's out. It's done. It's not even in your intention. It's not even in any of your daily actions that you're doing that supports that end goal or that end result. Nothing at all. So that's when it can get into the realm of taking your power away. And it's to say that if you do start taking the steps and you do feel some fear, that's okay. That's normal. That's totally okay. But it's not stopping you. You feel it, you experience it, you know it, you recognize it, and you continue to take the action steps required that you want to do, that are fun, exciting, because they're getting you into the end result of what you love. You just love it. I want it because I love it. And the fear doesn't stop me. I'm aware of it, but it just doesn't stop me. Not admitting when you've made a mistake. I think this is a really cool one, actually. Really, really, really interesting. You're giving your power away. You might ask, well, how in this situation am I giving my power away? Well, you're not just being in the truth of something. You know, if you can't admit you've made a mistake or whatever that is, I mean, honestly, not intentional at all, but there's a power in standing in that with every fiber of your being, with no judgment, with no self-judgment. Yeah, I made a mistake, and I don't judge myself at all from it. And I'm the same beautiful, incredible human being, powerful human being, even though I've made a mistake. So can you feel that? Can you feel the full ownership of your power by saying, yeah, I made a mistake and I'm still incredible. I'm still an incredible, you could say accomplished, but that's the only word that came to mind. You can say I'm an incredible, loving, beautiful, wise human being that also made a mistake. So that's another way that we can give our power away, is when we refuse to admit when we made a mistake, and we make excuses, or we kind of try to dodge it or avoid it, or whatever it is. That energy just, right? You can feel it. You can just feel the difference just by us talking about it now. That's how it is. So you can probably feel the energy of all of these so far. Yeah. Giving up your dream because someone else thinks it's not possible. The opposite of that, not giving your power away, is taking action steps towards your dream and making it possible, making it become a reality. So feel the energetic difference of those two. Not following your dream because someone else thinks it's not possible. Oof. Oh gosh, it's so emotional. Feel the sadness, and I feel the sadness in that. There's sadness in that. That's the unlimited becoming limited. And now feel this, taking the action steps towards your dream and making it become a reality. Feel how expansive that is. I think glasses are crooked. I think I sat on them. Anyways, you can feel the depth of the energy that's present in both of those things. And when you're in a moment of awareness that potentially you're not the predominant creative force in that moment in your life, feel the heaviness of not being it, and feel the lightness of being it. And you'll know intuitively, it'll come to you what you need to do to shift that. So I think you've got it. I think I can feel it. I can feel you've got this. It takes practice. I still practice it, right? I'm not perfect, but I wanted to share this with you because it's so critical. It is so critical, so critical. And this, we could probably talk all day on this topic because it's so intensely beautiful. And the contrast is so apparent when you start to bring your awareness to it and then shift it. But what I wanted to do next is experience a meditation together. So if you find yourself in this awareness, right? These are 3 quick steps to jump back into being the predominant creative force in your life when you find that you are not in it. So this is what the steps are. 1, awareness. So awesome, we just did that together. Step 1 taken care of. Step 2, proclaim and experience yourself in your creative power. And the statement is, I choose the end result of being the predominant creative force in my life. I choose it. 3, choose an action that you're going to take from this new creative force or creative power position. So those are the 3 quick steps. So let's go through them together. This is going to be a little meditation. So let's sit comfortably, and you can close your eyes. I always find it's nice and peaceful to do that, but you don't have to. So step 1, so you've become aware that you're not the predominant creative force in your life, or there's a moment where you are afraid to be the predominant creative force in your life. Maybe there's a message you need to deliver to someone that you're worried about how it will be received. That's a common one. You can go through this meditation before to really help you and anchor you into this powerful, powerful position. Okay, so awareness. So you're in the awareness now. We'll just close our eyes together. So we proclaim and experience this. And so we proclaim it by saying, I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. You can take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And really breathe that statement into your whole physical being. You've chosen it, so it shall be. And what does that look like? If you were to envision it in your mind's eye, being the predominant creative force in my life, what does that look like? How are you standing in a powerful position with your head up high, your shoulders upright and strong? You are present in this current moment with beautiful, creative power. Could be smiling and greeting people with confidence. Meeting each moment with this power and strength. It might be having beautiful, beautiful ideas of how you want to serve the world or your family or community. You have an idea and you follow it. You take action on it and it feels incredible. And just see yourself in the end result of being the predominant creative force in your life. and feel it. How does it feel? Energizing, exciting, maybe bubbly. Feel it in the body, your physical body. Where in your body do you feel it? Maybe in your solar plexus, in your stomach, butterflies. Really feel it. And so you see it and you feel it and you become it. And just allow your knowing and your awareness to bring up what would be the next action I could take. Maybe obvious, maybe very subtle. What are you receiving as this wisdom that you're to take, this action that you're to take in this new creative power? You can relax into this knowing and be with this message and this wisdom that you received from yourself, from the nature of who you are, wise, strong, creative force. Rooted in love. One more breath and return back to this conversation. Hi. Oh my gosh, doesn't that feel incredible? There it is, being in the predominant creative force of your own power and wisdom and love. And it can achieve anything at any time. So that's the infinite possibility in the playground you get to play in. It's incredible. I love it. I love it. And I'm so excited to share it with you. It's such a powerful tool, and I really hope you get the chance to play with it, practice it, and share how you experience this, or ways that you were giving your power away. I mean, it's just, there's so many ways we do that we've given our power away. But I want to share this with you so that you can step back into your power, because it's our innate birthright, our soul birthright. It's who we are. It's natural for us to be in our creative power. It's natural for us to be taking action steps towards it, because when we're not, we don't feel whole. We feel completely fragmented and all over the place. Yeah, so this is so key and so beautiful, and enjoy it. I just want to share it with you. I'm so happy to be here with you right now. And I'll see you next week. Have so much fun. Please do post either in the group or on YouTube. I'm so excited to hear your experience with it and your journey. So have a wonderful, wonderful week practicing this and in your awareness and in your creative power. And I will see you next time.